In this universe,
in this galaxy, in this world, beneath the influencer clouds,
over the viral video fields,
off the information superhighway,
there are voices in the digital wilderness, whispering
more opinions.
If you listen,
you will hear.
Having OCD really sucks.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't like this thing on my thing now. It's pissing me off. Well, that's how you unloosen it.
On-air technical difficulties. Yeah, but
No, it's not really an on-air technical difficulty. It's just ADD showed up, and so I was like, I really don't like this thing in my face, so we're gonna get rid of it. And so I did.
it's more of just an ornament, is it? Yeah, something
Corral.
like that. A pop filter is great if it's like 6 inches from your face, but otherwise, if the microphone is more than 10 or 12 inches away, you really don't need that. You know?
Now I have a toy. Anyway, all right. So we're here, and so spoiler alert, gets behind the scenes stuff. We usually get together about 10 minutes before the show starts and ramble out to my rough ideas, and then Alex goes pee. So the first story that I thought, hey, this might actually cause some conversation, me and Alex actually agreed on it right away. I was like, oh, well, that was anticlimactic. All right. So I saw a study, and I didn't get, so I was on MSN Money. It's one of those ones, if you click on, it's got like 47 things you got to turn off because ad block, that bull stuff. So it said Gen Z says they need $100,000 a year to live comfortably. So right away, I was getting ready to be the old man to be like, right? I really was. And then read further on the something, and part of this article, it says, there's a considerable higher than current average income for this cohort, which hovers around $45,000, which is crazy to think. So it's not a lot of money if you really think about it. The generational gap breakdown is as follows. Gen Z says they need $100,953. Millennials need $87,000. I'm just going to round it off. Gen X says they need 84. Boomers say they need 63. And then, of course, right away I went to think, I'm like, oh, well, boomers, for the most part, their houses are probably paid for, vehicles are paid for, they're retired now. So, okay, that makes sense that they make less money. But for a Gen Z, now, if they're saying that that's a single income, I guess it depends how you look at it. And I just thought about this. Like, are you married? Like, is $100,000 you and your partner? So are you saying that you and your partner should be making that a piece, and you should be making the household should have $200,000? Like, that seems like kind of grandiose. No?
Maybe.
But where do you start, though? The thing is, like, I'm sure people can get there for some jobs, right? But, well, says the guy who's, richer than F. But I'm just busting your balls, Brody. Well, it's not, Brody. What I'm saying is, if each person in this household is making $100,000, that's a lot of money. Oh, see, you're getting that look, Brody, because I already know what Alex is going to say to you. Okay, I'm going to step aside now. Alex, go ahead.
Circuits. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I could see the smoke roll out of your ears. Oh, Because this goes into the conversation we just had before we came on air, and as soon as I see Brody say that second part, I'm like, oh wow.
I am not keeping track of the hilarious typos he makes, but I should be, because one day if I meet him in person, I'm just going to spew out all those words rapid fire at him and see if he gets it and responds in kind.
Especially when there's a mercy
He's got
you can't even say you're drunk because you don't drink.
I was going to say he's got a titch of the big red, but no, he doesn't.
No, because he doesn't drink, right? So, but really, even now, Brody, I wouldn't even say in the large markets. You think about right now to buy. Well, you guys just did it, and it's none of our business what you made, but I know because I'm looking at houses. There's some of those houses over in Westview, not even Prairie Lake, where they're building, where you guys bought. Those newer houses in Westview are $600,000 a piece. I can't afford $600,000, for a mortgage. And me and my wife are doing pretty well. And it's like my stomach turns. It's just like,
200,000 does seem like a lot for a two-person household, but it depends on what the extracurricular activities are for those two people, and where they're living, and what utilities cost, and food and fuel. You got to factor all that in, and the vehicles they're driving, maintenance, upkeep, maintenance on the house as well.
See, I think that comes down to the decisions you make. So me and Kim just finished paying off our Jeep. Right. So when we decided to get the new truck and the new Jeep, we're like, all right, we can do this, but it's going to suck for the next however long we paid those for. Right. We knew that. But now that it's done, it's like, sweet. Like we sacrificed knowing that in the long term, this is going to be better. We'll have two brand new vehicles that had no kilometers on them. We know every kilometer put on them, and they're our vehicles. Right. So that was very important to us. Now we can focus on other things. Right. And I know vehicles don't last forever. Right. Of course they don't. And the price of vehicles now, oh, great googly moogly. Joe's got a beautiful truck. I can just imagine how much that costs you guys. Joe and Brody have a beautiful truck. But I could just imagine what that set you guys back. Holy shnikes. So
luck does factor into it as well. And as Nick was saying to me before we went live, being frugal sometimes helps. Nick has known me since about 1985, and he says that I am one of the most frugal people he knows, and I had to laugh because, yeah, I am. I try not to spend money on things I don't need, and try not to spend in excess, because I've adopted the minimalist mindset in years past to save money. But the things that I'm missing out on in my youth by not spending that money, and I'll be in the old folks' home rocking back and forth wondering, why didn't I spend money on this and that? Oh, I had to save just so I could be here dying. Yeah.
Just like that. See, speaking of their old house, their first house, I really wish, or if you're talking about the one in Tabor, God, I wish I would have had the money, because that house you guys used to be in would have been perfect for us. Oh, I really like that house. It was set up. I even had like a little bar in the basement. Oh, it would have been dank. So that's why no more kids, because the truck was either a kid or truck.
Wow.
So they got a truck. I'm just joking.
No, that wouldn't surprise me that in this day and age, some people are deciding, well, we can't have kids because we have to be able to afford to get to our jobs to pay for our lives. Yeah. That happened with me, Ryan, when I was deciding to move out after my college roommate and I, we decided to go our separate ways, and no hard feelings there. The first place that I found, it was in the newspaper. It was a great price, and I stayed there for 10 years. So yes, luck has something to do with it. Right place, right time.
Yeah, almost definitely. That's the place we're in right now. We got really lucky, because he could have charged even more than what he's charging now, without a doubt. So we're very fortunate that what we're paying for rent right now.
Tex does have a good point. However, in order for the used vehicle market to proliferate, someone has to be buying new vehicles, driving them around for a few years, and then, discarding or trading in or trading up or what have you. So yeah, if you buy something older and you're able to do the maintenance on it, then you win in the long run. What kind of beer are you? Oh man,
I knew he was going to say Lone Star. I knew Lone Star was going to be said.
That reminds me of Blue Velvet. What kind of beer you drink? It's what kind of beer you like. Heineken? Heineken? Fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Rest in peace, Dennis Hopper.
That's a quote, so you're allowed to swear.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Oh.
No, not Joe.
I know.
I'm talking about the beast from the far, I guess.
East?
The best from the west. Because if you go east, it's a long way to get there. So
east for us, west, we're in the west, so.
Yeah.
But technically, she is in the west worldly as well.
See, I think that your PBR, I think that's like Canada's, like we have PBR, but I think most Canadians fall back on like Lucky or Rainier or an Old Milwaukee. Those are kind of like the cheap beers I see a lot of people drink.
It's a shame. There used to be, years and years ago, there was this online service called, I think, Snapvine, where you could leave voicemails for people.
Mm-hmm.
I would love if we had that, just so we could hear Big Red say anything in her pushered state, as it were. Anything. Even if it's just, random syllables to us. It would be awesome.
I think so.
I would make a beat out of it.
Oh!
Your choices. You tell him, Brody. You tell the world.
You tell the world. I'm a Barks guy, too. Barks is the best root beer. Fight me. Like, I love Barks. Yeah, well, same here. I thought I sent that meme to Alex. Sure I did. I'm laughing. Thank you for doing that picture for me. I'm gonna send it to Sarah right now.
Yeah, I think I got the right faces in there.
I don't know. I thought I sent that to. Maybe I didn't. Totally thought I sent that to. No. Which one? The Hubert Titties one?
Crown and Coke. Yes, I can taste that right now.
Yeah, I'm a Crown. I don't mind some Crown and Coke. Why is it called Boob Sweat and not Humidititties?
Yes. Hopefully that makes you think before you type. Hey, you're gonna be two-finger typing. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? No. And she isn't saying it yet, but I'll put that in there now. Extraneros. I think that's how you say alien in Spanish.
Which one? Oh, do you mean the one off WhatsApp? Killing me.
You kill me, Smalls.
No, I can't show them that one.
You can't show the good people the meme?
No,
okay.
No. Oh, yes, I can show you that one. Show that one. Okay. We got kind of a racy one that we share on too. I'm like, I can't show that one, but I can show this one.
A 1974 Chevy. Wow. And a 2000. Nice.
One thing even my son noticed, like we went to the car show and they had a bunch of old trucks there. He's like, Dad, it was Chad. It's Chad, not my son. Chad. Mixed them up, which is weird. I don't know, because they're both tubby. I don't know. But the room to jump, like you could like jump in one of them old trucks to work on them.
Yeah.
Like easily. And these new ones are just like, man, So here, Alma sent me this, and yeah, it is pretty funny. I mean, it's not that far off. Yeah, see, no, not the ones on WhatsApp. No. Yeah.
Fun fact, and Tech said this on a review, so I'm not doxing anyone. Did you know Tex is 6'5" tall?
Wow, that's big ass Texan.
Oh, I thought you were going to quote Full Metal Jacket for a moment.
I didn't realize they piled shit that high.
Yeah.
Oh. So what is he then, like 7'2" with his hat on?
3
Yosemite Sam things. Well, oh, okay. Here's a good. This just happened, so I can't play the video. So this will be interesting. I think this will bring an interesting conversation. Alberta School Board trustee social media post prompts call for resignation. Okay. So a social media post by a school trustee in the Red Deer Catholic Regional School that includes photos of Nazi flags and pride flags prompted a statement from the school board on Friday, as well as calls for her resignation. Okay? Now, I've always said people should be allowed to say what they want because not everybody agrees with the LGBTQ plus community. I understand that. Okay? Much like I've said on this show that I think if you believe in religion, you're a fool. I think religion is the biggest Ponzi scheme ever. And but this person actually I don't. Again, I when I say this, I don't care what your views are on the LGBTQ plus community. I don't care. But when you have a picture, because I'm not going to show it because it's global news, up top that shows a bunch of kids with Nazi flags, and on the bottom shows kids with pride flags, and it says brainwashing is brainwashing. Anytime you bring Nazism into anything whatsoever, you're a piece of shit. It's just like, and I'll say this, it's just like calling Trump saying that he's worse than Hitler, he's Hitler. And no, you can't do that. Because because everybody can agree across the board. Adolf Hitler was the biggest piece of shit scum ever that existed on Earth. And the moment you say somebody is worse than him, you're an idiot. Because unless this person killed millions and millions of a single race, then they're not worse than Hitler. Okay? Drawing anybody in comparison to the Nazi Party is absolutely disgusting, redundant, and you just need to go away. Because that's ridiculous. So now that I've said it, let everyone else say their stuff, because that's my opinion. Go ahead. Now has Alex's thing says, what do atheists think for Friday?
Who do they think? Because it ain't God.
Who? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
In the name of nothing.
I'll liken it to this. In this day and age, when someone uses the word literally more than once in a sentence, I tend to tune them out. Same with people who say this person is just like Hitler or they're worse than Hitler. No, you have not studied World War II history and the build up to World War II. If you're saying person A is worse than Hitler or is literally Hitler. Hitler was the only Hitler. Imagine being the guy who hundreds of years after his death, I know we're not even 100 years after his death, is going to be known as the worst person in the world.
Like you're the champion.
Yeah, I ironically love it too, Tex, because they don't know. They haven't they haven't studied what he did, especially the build up to World War II. I mean,
Yes.
sure, he had a lot of smart people around him, but to do what he and his party did in order to reunify Germany, to start up the arms production again, to build an army despite the, what was it, the Treaty of Versailles? They did it anyway, and then they attack Poland, and it goes from there. That's not an easy thing to do, and it took the better part of, I think, 16 years, because I think he was thrown in jail in 1924, and that's when he wrote Mein Kampf. And then people read it and they said, "Oh, he's got some good stuff to say." No, he didn't. I read that book. Then again, I think I was 20 or 21 when I read that book, and it was not exactly incomprehensible to me, but I didn't buy into it. I was young and stupid, still stupid, older now, but no, I was like, I wasn't like, oh wow, he's making good points. Nope, not even one.
So, and see, that's what I like. See, I'm the guy that just rambles, and he's the one that can say it in short, smart ways. Because yeah, like, well, I'm just saying, because like you nailed it. Like, you read I did not read Mein Kampf. I just didn't want it. And at the end of the day, like, mine's the Reader's Digest version. It's like, it's bad. You shouldn't do that. It's stupid to compare it to them. End of story. And yeah, and like, we've said down here many times, well, someone shouldn't suffer for what they do. Is this one of those situations where you got to know what you're putting out on social media? And like, I know if I did something like this, there's a pretty good chance that I'd be fired from the town. Like, at least written up, maybe, but I don't understand how you would think that'd be a good idea in this day and age. I don't understand. And that's not freedom of speech. Sorry, that's not. That's, anytime you're talking about flags and stuff like that, it's in Nazism and whatnot, it's disgusting.
Yeah, comparing the two LGBTQIAS plus community with Nazism, nope, wrong. Absolutely wrong. Not brainwashing. Making people aware of the existence of the two LGBTQIAS plus community, that is not brainwashing. That is letting you know, hey, these people exist. They've been tortured and abused in the shadows for a long time, and they are finally getting their due to come out and be who they are without fear of reprisal and death. And I'm going to bring up this picture momentarily just to highlight what I'm talking about. It's about not turning queer kids into dead kids because of the rate of suicide. And where does that rate of suicide come from? Well, it sometimes has to do with religious people bullying queer kids. Sometimes.
Now, and so that being said, how mad would, I hate to say doing this, but this is the way the right would be if somebody were to put that Nazi flag picture with a bunch of people in a church underneath it, right?
Yep.
The same thing. But then now we'll switch gears. Okay. Question.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I should have liked it. What? Okay. There's a difference between pushing an idea and bringing up an idea, I believe. If you're pushing an ideology, that's like, this is what it has to be now. Like, you have to pray in school. You have to. Can't do that. Now, but you are allowed to say, I believe it'd be a good idea, and it could be, it's going to be voted down or whatever. But I think you should be allowed to. Again, push is a especially in this day and age, a strong word, because everyone says, "Oh, you're pushing that down our throats, or you're pushing this on us, and you're doing that." That's their big thing, right? So, I believe that you should be allowed to suggest your ideas and talk about them. So push, I don't think push is the right word to use there. Alex?
When it comes to the board setting. Now, the board is made up of, one would think, between 4 and 10 people. It would be silly for one person to try and foist their personal ideas and beliefs onto the rest of the board. It would make sense if
That's a good one. Sorry.
just slid it right in there. Hey, yep.
Sorry.
Yep. It would make sense if the majority of the board agreed with that one person, and then the board comes together as a collective and uses those beliefs and ideas to steer the conversation in a particular direction, or come up with new rules, regulations, and policies.
Okay, see, but so it depends on the situation. So pushing exactly what happened, and that is push, but that is not an abort situation. She put it on her social media. I don't know if I made that clear. She put it on Twitter or whatever the hell it's called now. That's yes. So that is improper, right? So, but if you're talking in like a boardroom about this, I think it's a little different. And if it's, but Brody says, if it's a public school board and you are using religious point of views, no, not for me. And we've talked about this tons about that, how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a no for me, dog.
Hard no.
Yeah.
And just like you said, like, you know, I find that a lot of religious people are the biggest bullies. You don't believe in what I believe in, so you're a heathen. You don't believe in what I believe in, well, you can't play with that person because they don't believe in what we believe in. It's happened.
There are groups and sects and individual people within a religion who behave like that.
Similarly,
similarly in the United States, if person A says, I'm an atheist, person B, who's religious, says, you worship Satan and you eat babies and you have no morals or values or ethics. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, wrong.
That's uneducated.
Yeah, it's just stuff you're making up because either you believe your friends or you believe what you read on the internet, or for whatever reason you've been taught this by your local pastor or preacher, and it has no basis in reality.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jimmy Swaggart, or Jim Baker and his bonus buckets that he's selling now.
Oh,
what a moron.
Yeah. And I didn't want to dox Brody here, but he does go to church regularly. And I didn't want to say that, but he's the one saying that. So if anyone's like, hey, you're all a bunch of heathen atheists, blah, blah, blah. And though he is ordained, Ryan is not a regular minister. He is ordained, though.
He is ordained.
We all went through this. He is ordained. Much like Joey Tribbiani was ordained online. Same thing. That's what Ryan did. So,
there we go. There's a good measured response. I'm Christian, and even I don't like pushing prayer in school. Excellent. Good for you.
Yep. And we agree with, well, no, see, depends the age when you're talking about the gay and trans stuff. We talked about this with this whole Florida gay law a few weeks ago when we said it is much like religion, much like it's my choice to teach my child whatever religion I want to. If I want to teach religion, I should be able to teach my child about this transgender stuff, and I feel it's time that they should know about this. That is a huge, and what I was talking to Alice before about this huge. I've got on this Pierce Morgan thing with like the clips and stuff, and this one. So, was it you that sent me the video? Someone sent me a video of this non-binary person explaining their relationship. That like there's 3 of them in the house. They're non-binary, but their partner is a lesbian, is a woman, but the third person in the relationship is also non-binary. And it's just like to follow. It's kind of like you need like a whiteboard to go, okay, this person's this, the person's this. But so in this conversation, Pierce, this person says to Pierce that their kids are, see, I'm trying to use proper pronouns, are non-binary. and they're 4. Now, and Pierce makes the point of, well, when my daughter was 4, she couldn't decide if she wanted to be Frozen or to watch Frozen or Pepe Pig. That's what like a normal 4-year-old would be doing. So and then like he says, so this is your agenda you're pushing on this child, because a child, regardless, does have either female or male genitalia. They know what they would be, correct? So you saying that they're non-binary, that's your saying that. They like, I know it's different for us, but did we know what homosexuals were when we were 4 or 5? They were well, okay, I guess we're a little, still, that was really young but still, we never heard of it. We never heard of gay till, I remember being in grade 5 calling my sister a lesbian. I didn't even know what the heck it was. I just thought it was a funny word.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, and text, that's the point. Like, whoever sent me this video, I should see if I can find it. Like, they said, I think it might have been Chad. He's like, trying to follow this is making my head hurt. You know, so, and then you'll see these people who get upset because they get misgendered. It's like, well, how is someone supposed to know? Right?
There probably should be a middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, and how many times have we gotten into that on this show?
Oh, yeah.
And I think Brody's got the right idea. Just explain, hey, this child is different, and that's okay. We're all different in our own way.
Yep.
Just like in the description for this show, we're all special in our own way at some point in time. That doesn't mean no one's special. That means we're all special, you know.
And then, but Ryan's commented after that. Then I've made that point before too. Was there are a lot of bigot parents out there and unsavory characters who, when the whole thing happened down here with praying in school, and I was staunchly on the woman's side, like, no, there's no. You want them to pray. There's a Christian school. There's a Catholic school. That's where your kid goes. And someone said, well, why can't they just leave the room? Oh, that's great. So now the child has to leave. And like little Timmy goes to his dad and goes, Dad, little Bobby left class when we went to pray. Why? Well, because Bobby's a heathen. He doesn't believe and he's going to burn in a damnation pit of hell. That happens here. That will happen here. Like, we are Bible Belt down here. Brody and Joe will attest. That would be said to kids here. You know? So, I think Ray Stevens said the best. Everything is beautiful in its own way. You know, Joe Rogan has said, here we'll go to Rogan. Drink. Right? It's not your job to understand it. I don't get it. It's not your job to get. I don't like yellow cars. I don't get it. It doesn't mean I'm going to yellow card. For those who've not heard the Duck Dynasty bit, when he talks about the gays taking over Duck Dynasty and the stuff if you've not heard that, oh my goodness, you guys.
Wow. See, anyone who is different from a majority will get singled out like that.
Most definitely. Yep.
Be them religious or not, be them queer or not, be them weird like I was in school or not. Someone's going to single you out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was a fat kid in school who didn't have the nicest clothes. Oh, poof. I think that's why I overcompensated for my son and made sure he had every brand name the kid could have. Because I remember what it was like wearing shitty sweatpants and old shirts to school. It was horrible. So yeah, maybe it did create a little butthole of a kid. But I did get a nice compliment, though. One of my friends moved yesterday, and he said, my son's working the landfill at the scale house. And he said, you did a good job. Your son's very polite. And I've heard that quite a few. He does say please and thank you. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can get away with that mainly down here because of where we live. But, you know.
Before I go on to Texas comment, I love Frank's comment here. Frank holds nothing sacred. He'll go after anyone, and I love it. So before I go on to text, you had brought up binary earlier, and
Mhm.
one of my friends posted this on Facebook, and I'm bringing this up just to mess with everyone. When you call yourself non-binary, it creates a binary system,
Yeah.
which makes you binary
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And
Till
until next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. When it comes to memes and gags of people, like, again, take a joke. If we could joke about everybody else in the world, like we're ragging on Tex, okay? We rag on Ryan all the time. Poor Brody, and Brody's a really great friend of mine. I love Joe and the kids. He's a great, but we bust on each other's balls, and we're all friends here. If you can't have fun in life, like, can you imagine being just that ready to go all the time? I'm offended. Oh, that's upsetting. You see stuff that's upsetting all the time. You just kind of go, oh, that sucks. Okay, well, I'll move along. I just, nothing I can do to change that. Okay.
Tex does make a good point that sometimes even if you acquiesce to some of these things,
Yep.
all of a sudden a whole flood more of it comes around.
Yep.
The goalposts have been moved. Now you got to go with this, and that. Well, what happened to being here? Why are we over here now?
Yep. And take another drink, and I say it all the time. Jim Jeffries, he's taking crap for jokes that he said 10 years ago. He's like, the goalposts were back here, and comedians are known for coming right up to the goalpost, but being okay. But because you decided to take the goalpost to push it back here, I'm not apologizing for the stuff I said here, because the goalpost was way up here before. What would Jack Daniels do? Probably get drunk and fight somebody.
Oh, I had a great meme and I don't have it with me right now. Damn it. You know what? That'll be the next show. I got one for Brody.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never seen a kid get picked on for not praying in school. Wow.
But we don't have prayer here. That's just it. But and so maybe we're guilty of thinking, because and I'm not talking Colin Kaepernick. Do you? Brody will know. Frankie Tex might know. There was a basketball player. He was Muslim, and during the national anthem, he would pray. And I remember the hubbub about that he wouldn't stand, or I'm not sure if he knelt or he just turned and prayed. He was Muslim. So I don't have to look it up, guys. Well, I know you do at Catholic, because you're supposed to at Catholic and Christian schools. Brody, you're supposed to do that.
I think you missed a one in there, Frank.
Yeah, I think you missed a one. I think you just told Tex that you wanted to lick his butthole in binary.
Wow.
That's what you said. Frankie, I didn't know.
It is all fun, Tex, and I've said this before, that if the joke is there, go for the joke, because if it gets a laugh, if you get a pop, then you win.
Yeah. Even if it's just a little pop from the group that's here, it's like, hey, okay, that was pretty good.
If Big Red makes one on you and it makes us laugh, hey, it's sure you'll take a bit of the heat, but it's all in good fun. And I would love to see a debate between Big Red and Tex on absolutely anything, because it would probably just devolve into trash talking, which I would love.
I'm looking, there's no one saying anything yet.
That happened with me, Ryan, once. I was on the bus and there was a guy who was trying to tell me about Jesus and the good book. And I said, no, thank you. And he looked at me as if I had just told him I was going to kill his mom. And he said, I was just trying to help you. He played the victim immediately. And I was polite. I said, no, thanks.
Okay, so it was a Denver Nugget. I can't find his name. But this was years ago, and he prayed. All he did was go like this. He was praying. And I remember everybody lost their minds.
In the land of the free.
Yep. Yeah. There's another bit. Listen to. So not only go listen to the Duck Dynasty one where Joe Rogan describes how the gays take over duck hunting, which is amazing. Go listen to Jim Jeffries, the freedom bit from his Freedom, when he talks about how Americans are always like, you know, free, we're land of the free, and he describes how like in different countries, like how they're more free than the Americans, including us, because we have assisted suicide. Oh, his Canadian accent's actually pretty good.
We need to find a line that is both fair and smart. You're never going to find it.
Not in this, no way.
If you find it for one group of people, it's going to be too far over for another group of people, and it's going to be not enough for another group, and it's not going to include this and this and this and that for yet another group. It's not going to happen. So I probably every 10 to 20 years, we may get close to appeasing most people, but not everyone. And then there'll be a big societal shift and we have to start all over again.
Enos Cantor. Maybe that's the guy I was talking about.
Frank doesn't know what no means. Frank does what Frank wants. Now be careful, Big Red. Don't be bringing up no medical stuff on here, or else we're going to get flagged for medical misinfo.
Yeah, now we got to watch that now. So. That's a CM Punk reference there. Thanks, Brody. Appreciate it. Me and you were the only ones that got that, I think.
I think so, because I don't recognize that name.
No. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking here. Yeah, he changed his name in 2021. Yeah, he's just an activist, and yeah, he actually lost his career over being an activist. Yep.
And you're talking about this guy, yeah? Or you talking about?
Okay. That is the guy. Thank you, Brody. I saw the picture. Oh, he prayed. No. Yeah. Took me a minute, because the chat's going good, but as soon as he popped it up, I got it. Thanks, Brody. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, 96. It was a long time. That's like, yeah, I remember as a kid seeing this, being like, who cares? Like, he's not, setting a flag on fire. He's not doing, he's praying.
Yeah, he's not antagonizing the crowd like the Iron Sheik was. Rest in peace, Iron Sheik.
Yeah, rest in peace, Sheiky baby. Oh, the stories that were coming out like this. Oh, yeah, 96. Yeah, I remember that happening. I remember seeing it on Sports Desk back in the old Darren Detition. Was Darren there? Who was the guy that hated wrestling? He was always, he had the beard or the mustache. Dan? Dawn? Come on, Brody, help me out. Anyways, yeah. Do you have any stories you want to rip through?
Aside from all the clips
Jim Van Horn, thank you. Oh, you got clips? I love clips. Jim Van Horn. Thanks, Brody. I knew you would know. I knew it. The wrestling.
All right. So if anyone remembers there was a video that we played, Jesus, it had to be a good month ago now, of a young guy in Great Britain, who walked into someone's house. And this was for TikTok views. This guy's a prankster. His name is Mizzy, Mizzy. He was on Piers Morgan's show recently. And I pulled some clips from that. And oh man, you got to listen to what this guy says. I give him props for going on Piers Morgan's show in the first place, because it's Piers Morgan. I mean, if you understand how Piers operates, you got to be on your toes when you're talking to that guy, especially on his turf.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to disagree with the hunting part of it. And I only say that because, you can say with Finn, where's the line though, Tex? I mean, the Americans almost and probably happen up in Canada too. We almost wiped the buffalo bison off the face of the earth because of over killing. That's the problem, Tex. A guy like you, go back to Jim Jeffries. We have to go as slow as our slowest person. Yep, you're going to be a responsible gun owner. You're going to be awesome. You're going to kill what you need. You're going to use everything that you can use the proper. But then you're going to get some butthole out there who's just going to shoot something because he's like, yeah! I started blasting. I don't see well, so I just kept blasting while he was running away, right? So that's the difference. That's what it is. And then same with fishing. Sure, you guys might go out on the boat and just troll and get a couple, big fish and be like, yes. But then you're going to get that guy, Tex, who just makes like the little Lisa slurry thing that Mr. Burns made and like strips the whole lake clean, right? That's the problem. That's why we have to have those things, Tex. There's a group of us who would be responsible, but there's too many people out there who just wouldn't care and just, right, there you go. Yeah, exactly, bro. That's exactly, and that's it. We have an awesome site. If you ever, Alex, you need to venture out here, maybe for a corn fest or something like that, and we'll go to Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump. That's what it's called.
Smashed In
Buffalo Jump, because what they would do is they would get the bison to go down and they'd go over a cliff and die. Okay, that's how they kill them. But they would use everything from the buffalo. And again, Tex, I bet it is. I'm not involved in the hunting game anymore, but I'm just saying it's exactly what Ryan just said. And I said it very long-winded, and Ryan nailed it there. That's why.
And there are people who will study the fish population in a body of water, a lake, a river, and maybe they'll make a recommendation that everyone who fishes in this lake, you can catch a maximum of 5 because we want the fish to be able to repopulate so that everyone can fish. But if someone goes in there and overfishes and takes way more than their share, then there's nothing left for anyone else. The population won't replenish itself, and it'll be basically a dead lake when it comes to fish. So, Tex, if you need something to shoot, you can always go back to the Bud Light can.
Yeah, so I started blasting.
I love that picture.
So Sarah just said I'm effing dying. She just saw that picture.
Wow. Don't hold back, Big Red. Tell us how you really feel.
Hold on a second.
What?
Did she just come on to me? I think she did.
Interesting.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
There you go. See, Tex has got it. You don't buy the product that you intend on destroying because you're helping the company by spending your money on the product.
Yep. And that's
boom.
So I don't know if I talked about this. Maybe we did talk about this last week on the show, or I could have discussed it with Chad. A guy had some Bud Light left in the fridge. So he had, they lived down here, so he'd have to just to grab whatever he had in the fridge to go. I think they were branding. And he said his dad's buddies were all over him like snot on a Kleenex. Just like, oh, why you're supporting me. And he's like, it was him. I bought it before. Apparently it was trans fluid. That's what he actually said, because it's like, oh my God. Like, holy cow. I bought it. So I'm not supposed to drink this beer now because I bought it, and all of a sudden it's and that's the thing. We said it when it happened. The line was apparently not the gay can. It was the transgender person that was on the can. Because there's been rainbow cans for a long time. Yep, but the transgender was the one that did it.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Apparently, yep. What else we got? You said more clips, so let's clip.
Yeah, I got, I think, 10 of them.
Sweet.
And they're all between 20 and 45 seconds long.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's a good comment, and that deserves, and it's not going to play it properly, but I'm going to do it anyway. That deserves one of these. I'm going to do it again. Yeah. All right. So anyone who's not familiar with Mizzy, I clipped this from Piers Morgan's show. And what I'll do as well, I will link Piers Morgan's show so you can watch the whole thing for yourself on YouTube at your leisure, just to see if I have intentionally not, entered something in properly. So if you type the top part of it into the YouTube search engine, Piers Morgan versus TikToker Mizzy after his arrest for his pranks. That's really all you need. And the first result that comes up should be the link below. So I will remove that for the moment, but if you want to screenshot that and then go look it up for yourself. I think the interview is a total of 11 and a half minutes long, something like that. Again, you can't please everyone. All right. So the first, and I still don't know what media Meta, the parent company of Facebook, can allow. That's why after our shows, I'll usually get notices from Facebook that's saying, so and such minutes have been muted from your stream because of copyright issues with Meta. And if that happens here, okay, fine. At least I posted where you can find the interview. So to familiarize ourselves with Mizzy, this is just a quick run through. I took out the audio. That's him in the house. And then another one where he takes a woman's dog and he runs away with it. Oh, wow, you're such a prankster, bro. He said, what, do you want to die? To someone. There's probably more to it than that. And then, of course, being a prankster, changing in a clothing store. Yet now TikTok terror, that's nice alliteration, but it's not really
a little dramatic.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to get the explanation from Mizzy as to why he went into the house. And this, I'll give him props that he went on the show and he explained himself, which is great. Some of these people, they'll just say, the hell with it. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. So I appreciate that he decided to explain his actions.
What
were you doing in the house?
What was I doing in the house? I don't know. It was a stupid video. Like, I got peer pressured to say it. I don't want to say it like in that way, but...
Well, somebody else's fault.
I'm not blaming it on no one else.
I mean, you break into a house with a woman and a husband and two young kids.
I went into the house on my own accord.
No, I'm just saying, okay, you went through their door, right? But it's not your house. You're not supposed to be in there.
Oh, no shit.
You are causing a lot of alarm to that poor woman and to her children who are in the house.
Oh, I miss it.
Children who are in the house.
Yeah, what was that he did?
Children.
No, I don't think we'll get it. Okay, he does explain it a little bit more in a later clip. So I think he was saying that he was peer pressured by his mates. And thank you to my Auntie Kathy for liking us on Facebook. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. The next one. The video he did where he was asking someone if they want to die. This is 25 seconds long. Again, this is just another delving into the mindset of why he does what he does.
And you do these things. You take a dog from an elderly woman. You leapfrog over the top of an Orthodox Jewish man standing at the side of the road minding his own business. You go up to women in the street and say, do you want to die?
It wasn't a woman, it was a man. And she even
There were also...
Now that's interesting because he claps back. It wasn't a woman, it was a man. So why Piers chose to say a woman, that's interesting. I want to know why Piers went that angle with it.
Women that
There was
you did
maybe
this to.
women there, but I only say it to the man.
Right. You shouldn't be saying it to anybody.
Fair enough, Ben.
Why, in the name of so-called...
But it still happened. Well, no one forced you to say it, did they?
No, exactly. He's just. This is what I think of him. Like, that's ridiculous.
What Ryan and Tex are saying, I saw many of that in the comments for the Piers Morgan interview on YouTube. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, see, that's interesting. The usage of the word breaks, because the door was open. So technically it's not breaking using that word in its literal sense. However, again, if you read the comments of the YouTube video, I think it's classified under burglary, not vandalism, or trespassing would be the more legal and technical terms for it, for what he did, because he was not invited. Okay, so here's another explanation as to why he did it.
The humor. Why cause so much alarm and distress to so many people? Do you get your kicks out of doing that?
Not necessarily, but you could say that this whole public outroar just makes me laugh because people are getting hurt over something that didn't happen to them. And that's how I see it as.
What do you mean?
People are getting hurt over something that didn't happen to them. Everyone acts like they have this persona like they don't care, social media is a facade, this, that, and the other. But when me comes out and does the mad thing, everyone has something to say.
It's not a mad thing.
It's the mad thing. It's the mad thing. You already said it was the mad thing.
It's a mad thing. No, it's not mad. It's moronic. It's the kind of thing anybody could do, and you do it for kicks and you do it for clicks.
I love that. You do it for kicks and you do it for clicks. Cuts to the heart of it. I agree with that wholeheartedly. This is why I have dogs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Trespassing or unlawful entry. Unlawful entry, 1992, Kurt Russell, Ray Liotta, Madeline Stowe. Decent movie. I don't know how I saw that in the theater at the young age that I did, but I saw that in the theater. Oh, man, it messed me up a little bit. It's not an indictable offense to trespass unless... Weird. I wonder what the hours are. See, we got to dig deep on this one because I got to know this.
No, okay. To the Google.
Yeah. Does castle doctrine exist in Texas or is that in Florida only? Castle doctrine exists somewhere in the southern states, I'm pretty sure.
So, Section 177 of the Criminal Code addresses the crime of trespassing at night from 9 p.m. till 6 a.m., stating it is illegal to loiter or prowl at night near a home or any other person. The purpose of any trespassing legislation is to give the landowner greater control over the property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Castle doctrine in Texas. Yeah. And stand your nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, though. I just listened to a story. It was a Dateline podcast, and they talked about how this guy tried to use that stand your ground, but there were some kids at the end of his driveway, kind of fucking with his solar lights. Okay, and he chased these kids for 7.5 miles. That's not stand your ground anymore.
No, it's got to be on the property, I think.
Yeah, you chased them down and killed them. Because 7.5 miles is what? 20 kilometers? 15 kilometers?
Yeah.
So what? Drove from, let's just say, Mackenzie almost to the junction? You had time to calm down.
Yeah. And especially if he's running. Yeah.
Yeah. No, driving. He was driving after them.
Oh,
yeah. Yep, drove after them. Yep.
Now there was one clip and it didn't play that Mizzy had jumped onto and over top of a person. That person happened to be Jewish.
Jewish, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, he'll say he was not targeting them because they were Jewish, and I believe him in this.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
And this is what he was talking about.
A woman has her 2 kids and you're bursting into their house uninvited.
All right.
You're jumping on Jewish people.
See, I was
right, who
jumping
are
on
already
Jewish people. Hold up, wait
Yeah,
a minute,
well,
wait
you
a minute,
did.
wait, no, stop.
You did.
Cool, it was a Jewish person, cool. But there was a trend going around on TikTok called 300. I've done this to numerous people, black people, white people, age, any types of people. I don't discriminate. So don't stop saying Orthodox Jewish person like I only targeted him and it was only him that I went for.
Why are you targeting anybody in that
Well,
manner?
what do you mean, why am I targeting anyone? It was a trend, it was a trend. I just done it for a trend.
What's the trend?
Yeah, so Piers was trying to trap him into this. You're targeting Jewish people, and I appreciate that he jumped in on that and set the record straight. Because I believe him on this one.
So
Maybe I'm wrong.
Bruce just said 7.5 miles, 12.07. So let's say it's probably from the mill all the way up to Ganahan. So, and yes, actually, Ryan, Alma has been sending me pictures, not pictures, but news things that yes, they think that they've got a couple more cold cases and stuff. There's evidence. Yeah. Like Alma lives like in Wichita Falls. Sorry to dox you there, Alma, but that's where she lives. She's like right in the BTK area.
Wow.
Yeah. I've actually asked her to send me a picture of the house if she ever gets a chance to. Still haven't got one.
Stand your ground, Alma. You never know who's going to be out there.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Okay, well, we might as well go through these. You said you had a bunch of clips, so let's just rip through them.
Yeah, I still got some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, BTK, I don't know that there was... I think there was a movie done on him, maybe more than one. I don't remember it too well. Son of Sam, I remember very well. Zodiac, I remember very well. But BTK, that escapes me.
BTK was featured heavily in Mindhunter, and that was a Netflix series, which is a great series. They did the typical Netflix thing. They do 2 seasons and then stop. The scary thing about him was they had no idea who. And the only reason they caught him was because he was dumb and sent in a flash drive with his information. Like, it was stupid. He was gone. Like terrifying. There is a series. Yeah, with a Mindhunter. Unless there's another series on top of that. So, scary crap, man. Really scary.
Oh, you're going to love this one.
There's no such thing.
Well, go on then. What's so bad about your life that makes you do this?
My whole life, innit? I just do it for fun. On or off camera, I do my thing.
Tell me about your life. What justifies this? What's happened to you
life?
that makes you think you're justified in doing this?
What do you mean tell me about my life?
Well, you said you know nothing about your life. Tell me about your life.
Because you're trying to get onto me because I'm black.
Oh.
They turned it racist. And all they do is tell me about your life. You see what he's trying to do?
Yes.
Like, oh. Oof.
See, I don't get that about someone like BTK who's so careful not to get caught, yet he takes pictures of himself posing like the victims with some of his victims. Like, come on, man. He shouldn't have to brag like that. He got away with it for so long. That should be good enough for him. But no, there's something in the brains of people like that who, for whatever reason, they have to boast in some way, shape, or form.
Come on, man. Get a life.
Yeah, castle extends to property like vehicles. That's interesting.
Interesting.
But there's a little bit more to this clip. It's not done yet.
Okay.
I guarantee
because you're black.
Yeah, I guarantee.
I don't give a damn about your skin color.
Really?
No. Why would I care what colour your skin is? Really? I just think you're an idiot.
Oh, thank you. I think you're an idiot too.
That's fine. You're perfectly entitled to.
Yeah, so are you. So
this show's called Uncensored. I think you're an idiot for what you've been doing.
Okay.
I also think you're an idiot for playing the race card when no one's mentioned your skin colour.
Really? Okay, you don't have to mention it to...
Whoa,
Whoa.
you don't have to mention it, hey? So you can take people's words
Yep.
and interpret them how you will, just so you can steer the conversation in a particular direction that you think you will win. Well,
Yep.
there it is, folks. You don't have to mention it, but apparently you're mentioning it by not mentioning it.
Yep.
And we've always been at war with Eurasia.
So because he was figuring that was his trump card to win. He figured once he threw the race card out there, he's like, I got this. And it backfired on him.
I hope it backfired on him.
Pierce wasn't having it.
Again, if you watch the whole thing, 11 minutes long, look it up. At no point in time in that interview does Pierce mention race or skin color at all.
Yeah.
So,
No, I've seen it. I watched this. You were correct.
There's a little bit more on this one to go.
I don't care about your skin colour, Lizzie. I care about the fact that you've been terrorising all these people for a sustained period of time.
And he's young, too. He couldn't be more than 20, 22. So...
And here's the thing, and I don't know, like, maybe it's good other people, but if someone were to, like, if I saw somebody stealing a dog and I was on the right side of it, like, did you ever see that video when the guy, I can't do a roundhouse kick, and I'm sure the video was set up, but the guy steals the handbag and is running through the mall, and the guy does like a spin kick and knocks him out? And they're like, whoa, it's a prank. I'm sure it was a set up video, but this guy's lucky he didn't get, like, somebody didn't jump in and, like, beat the snot out of him. He's super lucky.
Now, I wonder if Castle Doctrine, if he did this in the States, if that would extend to a pet because you own the pet and someone tries to run off with your pet, can you use Castle Doctrine to defend yourself and the pet?
Okay, I'm gonna show you this video. I'll mute it so we can't get. I hope we don't get dinged for it. So it's gonna be a little grainy, but I want you to see this video.
And Jolene, we'll get to where his parents are very soon.
Like, watch this. I figured everybody. So it steals a bag. He's running. What?
Yes, I've seen that. That's great.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if it was. It could have been like, because that was early, like, hidden joke stuff, right? So I don't know.
And where's Frank to say, nope, that's staged?
It very well could be. I'm just saying, though, it looks awesome. That's just it. That's why people do it.
Yep. Because
they can make fat cash doing it.
Kicks and clicks.
Yep.
It's like, wow.
That doesn't shock me. I fully believe that. Oh God, look who just piped into this chat.
Oh,
like a ghost.
yeah.
Look who's here.
Yes.
Hello,
how
Freak.
you doing?
Yes, great kick. That's one of those first YouTube videos you saw where you're like, whoo.
Yes.
Like, but this is an old clip though, Frankie. Like, this is 13 years ago. So, I mean, there's a good chance it could be fake, right?
Yeah, better to be on the safe side. Hey, Frank, and just say it's all fake. It's all staged.
Everything's fake. Fake news.
Everything's fake.
Yeah. That's good. Everything's good here, Freak. I'm glad to hear everything's going good there.
It could be a simulation of sorts. I mean, I've never played The Sims, but to a degree, they have a certain amount of freedom within parameters. Then again, it's different in Texas, I hear. So
everything's different in Texas.
Everything's different. I got a few more. It gets really interesting. I think with this clip, we're going to get down to the brass tacks of why he went into that house.
That was more of a spur of the moment thing. I just got egged on and my ego got a hold of me. And I realized that at that moment, and that's why I went to apologize the next day. After it all blew up out of proportion, and I felt like bad personally.
So he said he went back to apologize the next day. And if he did, props to him, because it does show that he has empathy and sympathy, and his mates egged him on, so that's why he did it. It's happened to me in the past. So good on him for doing the right thing. Well, if he was going to do the right thing, he wouldn't have done any of this in the first place, and we wouldn't know about it.
Yep.
Okay. This one is great. I love that he said this. This is 23 seconds.
Understand
what do you mean? Why
what
there's
the
no
consequences of your
I went
actions
to
have
go
been.
apologize off social media. I could have recorded that apology, and that would have been another viral video. Whether it's hate or whatever, literally, hate brings money, hate brings likes, hate brings views. It doesn't matter.
Wow. That's the formula for making money on the internet in this day and age, everyone.
Hate brings money, hate brings likes, hate brings views. It doesn't matter. Love or hate, it still brings views.
Why do you prefer to do the hateful stuff?
It's not like I prefer to do the hateful stuff. It's just like it's easier to do the hateful stuff.
Why are you laughing?
And
It's fun.
It's easier to do the hateful stuff. Hate brings views.
Wow.
So now we understand a little bit more of the mentality of this guy.
Mm-hmm. So I guess why we only have like 6 people watching. We don't hate.
Yeah, we don't bring someone up like someone else's YouTube video and say, this person sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I missed it. Huh. So I do need to say this because we're always quick to say something about shootings in America. Because they're so far few between. We actually had one today in Ontario. 2 men are dead and 6 others injured, including an American, after a shooting outside a wedding venue in Ottawa on Saturday. A couple days. Yep. Nothing's really been released yet. I won't say their names if you want to look up the story, but yeah, there's 2 men, and yeah, so nothing else has been. There's a little bit has been released, but just saying it does happen here. So they don't know what caused the shooting or what brought it on, but it does happen here, though.
Mm-hmm. He's Irish. I'm not sure where you're going with that, Big Red. He's definitely from Great Britain. So
I ain't touching that one.
Are you saying you want to car bomb the guy or something? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all our Irish listeners. I'm sorry. He is. If he hasn't already, he will eventually. Yep. Someone's going to take him to task, because when you go on a show like Piers Morgan's, you get a lot of publicity. So a lot of people are going to recognize him in public, and he is going to learn. He is going to find out at some point.
Yep. And that's the thing, is you might get some guy now who will see him and record it and beat the crap out of him. Just to be like, yeah, I just want to click and hate, right?
You jealous watch us. You know you do. Look at his last name. I don't know his last name.
Morgan? Who we talking about?
Okay, I get what you mean. All right. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think, Jolene, his mom, he doesn't talk to his mom anymore. Probably because of crap like this. That's probably more. Oh. Well, at least you're man enough to admit it.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Right. I got 2 more.
Okay.
So again, we go with.
And then you say, is it because I'm black? As if somehow it's
See,
about a
he's
racial
going back
thing.
to the race card. Why are you going back to that? I said that
He
once.
never went there.
Yeah,
Pierce nailed it. Pierce never said it. He did.
Mentioned it once.
I've never once mentioned your skin color.
All right, cool. Go on.
I don't care what color you are.
All right.
If you were white, I'd have exactly the same view about your moronic behavior.
All right.
But I'm.
I want to clip that. And the last one.
Because you don't
talk about me, not my family.
Yes, but here's the problem.
What's the problem?
You are clearly a product of your upbringing.
No, I'm not. I'm my own person. I've always been my own person.
You've had no one to tell you this is wrong.
Of course, people have told me it's wrong. Family, friends, everyone's told me it's wrong.
Who's told you it's
What
wrong?
do you mean? My own mother told me it's wrong. There's been situations between me and my mum where I
Right,
don't
so
talk.
your mother doesn't like what you're doing.
Of course, yeah.
So why don't you stop doing it?
Because
If my mother told me to stop doing something,
Okay,
I'd
that's
stop
your
doing
mother.
it.
You listen to your mother. You listen to somebody else. I'm my own person. I'm legally an adult now, so I can do what I want.
What are you going to do now?
What am I going to do now?
And then he shouts out his social media, which is why I cut the clip there.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's his own person, so it's going to go back to that, my freedom, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the paradox. Freak got it. Yep, it's going to be seen as a hate crime.
Yep. Yeah.
There's a movie from 2012 called Hate Crime. Not the greatest movie, but it's out there. Sounds like a lot of yeah.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, I can't go there. So I don't live in the United States. I think it's encompassing all of that. Stupidity definitely has something to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like an idiot and a moron. Yeah. Peers would be calling him out no matter what color.
Yep. Yep.
He thinks he knows everything. Yep, he's young and he can do whatever he wants. Therefore, my freedom, my freedom.
Yep.
I remember those days too. Jesus, I was stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Stupid.
Yeah, see, now you had to choose, Brody, between Piers and that guy, and you had to go with Piers. Yep, you got to compromise every once in a while.
Yeah.
I think part of the... Now I'm going to put my foot in my mouth here. Part of the race problem is stupidity. People being brought up with stupid beliefs or somehow developing these stupid mentalities. Yeah, so I think stupidity has to do with it. Something, at least.
Yeah.
See, that's one of the great things about the internet. You can learn so much as a young person.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yep. You can't. I mean, yeah, and that has to be kind of mind blowing for like us who are lucky enough to still have grandparents to be like, yeah, we have the world at our fingertips, and this is probably why you get a lot of the older generation just shaking their head at all of us because we have all this power and all this technology and all this to do good, and all we can do is sit here and fart on microphones and send dick pics and have OnlyFans where girls do things to themselves. And they wonder why older people just hate all of us with a passion. You wonder why old people can't stand us. They got to play with dirt when they were like kids. Now kids have like phones and tablets and the whole 9 yards. Like,
we don't know what some people are looking at on their phones. Some people could be reading Wikipedia articles or trying to learn another language. Unless we're looking at everyone's phone, we don't know what they're looking at. Some people could be educating themselves. Yeah.
And I completely agree with you. And the best education out there would be watching us for the hour and 20 minutes we've been talking. That's how much more of an education you need. We got Canadians, Americans, Mexican Americans, drunk Scottish ladies across the sea. I mean, we have everybody here. What more do you need? It's us. Alex,
it'd be nice to have someone from, I'm going to say New Zealand. I was going to go with Australia, but I think New Zealand. No, wait till he's 15.
You should totally bought him one of those toy phones, Joe. Like a candy phone. I've seen them. You can get them at like candy stores and stuff. I think Cole was 12 when he got his first phone. Grade 8. But yeah, now you see kids like,
Yes, that is there's an older quote. I can't remember which philosopher. I think it was a Greek philosopher who said something along the lines of, the more questions I ask, the less I know, or something along those lines. Yeah, the more he asks, the less he knows, or something. That's going to get clipped. This is why you shouldn't watch Alex and the Garbage Man. That's me. You should do. Anyway.
Interesting.
I was using computers at 4. Playing a lot of games, though.
We got our first. Well, we were using them in school. We got our first at-home computer. I think I was in grade 7. Our first at-home. But we had video game systems. But yeah, my first computer was that. Words to live by. Write that down. How can you possibly go wrong?
Confucius say, yeah.
Okay, so where are we at now for videos?
I do have a Karen. Well, I got a few.
Okay.
But are we pretty full to the brim on stupid at this point?
Hell no.
Okay.
No. That's a stupid question.
And Karen it is. Yes. So knowing when to say something, knowing when to do something, knowing how to read the room,
That's yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That goes full circle to where we started with that woman with the Nazi flags and the pride flag. That's one of those. Yeah, I mean, she is a smart person. She was on the board of a trustee of a school board. Now I'm not saying it'd be genius to get there, but you figure to be smart enough to know not to do what she did. That's just full circle. Way to go, Tex. Way to bring that around, bud. Seriously, good Lord.
And it's kind of like, and you can definitely speak to this, being on stage and being able to feed off the energy of the crowd, throw it back to them, maybe even change it and kind of manipulate the crowd in a way.
Yeah. Oh, for if they're Indian, when we do Seven Nation Army, I can get them clapping with me. Right? Radio Gaga, I do the Freddie clap and they'll clap with me. Yes, and I mean that says a lot because we had nobody watching us this Corn Fest at the end, and at the end there was no energy on stage. So
yeah, just like learning how to do taxes. Wait, that's in accounting though, I think. I never took accounting. I should have. Yeah. Oh my God, why?
Well, then there's
why?
that.
I should have seen that coming. I knew he was going to say that. I knew it. I didn't, but I'm saying it now.
Move along. Yeah, I think one of the dumbest ones, and we all know who he is, Joe, lives here. Yeah, we all know who he is, and he's no longer involved in the public school system. We don't have time. We're already an hour 25 in.
Speaking of lacking wisdom, anyway.
Oh, freak.
Oh, no. That's how credit works. Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree. But instead we had to go to gym class and learn how to square dance.
Yeah, and interest rates as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get too lost in the weeds on this one is short. 14 seconds long. Okay, so there's a little bit of debate on this I've seen. So y'all be the judge. Person's walking. Cyclist passes by. They're in North America.
Not moving. You're on the wrong side of the road. Excuse me. You're on the wrong side of the road. Really? You're on the wrong side of the road.
You want to see that again?
No. No. No, we're not going to do My Chemical Romance. As a person who does both these activities, I feel the woman walking the two dogs is in the wrong. Or riding her bike with the two dogs. Like, there was already a bike there. To me, she should have fallen behind the other bike. Like, and she's like, I'm not moving. Like, you know. And again, I never understood that, and that I hate that when I see people. Maybe your dog is that trained, but if something goes wrong and your dog takes off and wipes you off your bike, then what? Like, I don't know about everyone else thinks, but I'm totally on is wrong. Like,
now I wonder, because I couldn't catch it in the video that we have. The person who has the camera and is doing the filming, did they push the cyclist off their bike? I can't tell.
Well, I don't think it really mattered, dude, because she was driving right at her. So maybe she did push her to try not to get hit by her. You know, that's kind of what I saw in that video.
Oh, come on. You know, if they can do that in one take, then they should be doing, I don't know about feature-length films. Maybe they could build up to that, but short films, they should move to those, because if you can do one take the whole way through, man, what a budget. Yeah. I can't see this. I could see this being fake, but I'm not going to take the Frank position on this one. But I got another one for you.
Yep.
And this one is 1:17. This is, it starts off great.
Hey, look at me. I'm this lady with a dog that goes bark, 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 bark.
Whoa! Okay, he's being a dick and being antagonized.
You have to leave
right now, or else we're calling the cops.
She just assaulted me. I got you assaulting me too. All I asked was for you to have your dogs.
No, you didn't.
Calm down. I
You
do.
are a cocksucking.
Come on. Assault her too. Assault her too.
Are you the
Assault
owner?
her.
Are you
I
the
dare
owner?
you. Come get your wife, man. Be a goddamn man and get your wife out of here. Come on, dude. Be a man and get your wife under control.
You bitch.
Sir, be a man and get your wife under control.
You
Yeah.
need to be the man. Fuck you, cunt. You need
Get your wife under control.
Fuck you, cunt. Get the fuck out of here, cunt. Bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Please.
Okay, so he's in the wrong for fucking
Got him.
antagonizing her. I'll take that. Okay, he's wrong for doing what he was doing. Because he was just making the situation worse.
Yeah.
You know?
What? Yeah, there are a few memes like that. What do Karens have to say?
And that's just it. And Brody nailed it. I want to know what happened with the dog. I want to know, like, what. Again, like, this is. I have animals, right? I have cats, a dog, and a Cohen. So I have some animals in my house. And I don't mind them, but some people don't like having animals near while they're eating. I don't think you should have dogs in restaurants. But you should also do your homework if they're allowed. I'm just saying, some people don't like them, but you should also do your homework. If you don't want to be around those animals, you need to know if an establishment is animal friendly, because some of them are, especially in the patio. So I would like to know the context of what led up to all this.
It needs to be beef.
What up, President? Beatings for all. Okay, I like Big Red's comment. Big Red's comment is awesome. Made me look like a bloody ignorant twat. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I agree. Name calling usually means losing the argument, especially if you're starting the argument off on why something happened, who started what it means, that kind of thing. And I think we said this in years past. When the argument devolves down into name calling, that's when it should stop, because you've lost the plot at that point. And Frank, I'm right there with you. You got to be very cynical and critical when you see something on the internet, because you don't know what's real and what's not. Service animals. Hey, Tex, you going to beat someone who's got a service animal? I got to hear his answer on this one. Please tell me you're going to beat someone who's blind and needs a service animal. Well, they shouldn't be out in public. Come on, man. My freedom, my freedom.
Is this a real thing? Trying to find out if it's real before I say anything. Can't find anything, so I'm not going to say anything. I can't sing like the guy from Avenged Sevenfold. And we need more than one guitar for Avenged Sevenfold. Let's bring the next comment. Yeah. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? And then when they say a garbage man, I'd be like, okay, I'm that, but I know you are, but what am
I? She's just needling him a little bit every time. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be great. My cat's breath smells like cat food.
Okay, but there's now, Tex. I'm not even going to needle you on this one. I'm just going to say there is a difference. Now, when I see service animal, I'm thinking of service animal as if someone has like stroke problems, because we've seen that where like they I can't remember what they call, but the person will hit themselves. The dog's been trained to stop them from doing it, or like a seeing eye dog. Yeah, but these people who have it makes me feel better that I have my puppy with me, and it's my spiritual animal. Then get the dish and stay the F at home. Okay, like, but I need to work on my social anxiety, and my dog helps me, and oh my god, and now you've Sprinkles, come here. I agree with that.
Jeez, bro, come on. We're debating the usefulness of service animals, and here's Brody. Well, you could play a slower song.
Hi, you should do Shinedown. Hey, simple night. Well, I mean, do the Skinner version, but just maybe tell you. Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama. Boy.
Yes, please play some Barry.
I'll take some haggis. If that's what we're calling your vagina.
Some real scotch. Oh, yeah, that's an invitation if I know one.
Yeah, that doesn't say first date right there. I don't know what does.
We got a picture for you. No, we don't. We don't.
No,
I'm sorry.
We don't.
I'm sorry. We don't.
I don't even know. I don't think I have that picture anymore. Now, yeah, if someone actually brought a hamster in and like that is my service animal, like, okay, listen, what you and your partner do in the privacy of your own home is, up to you. But oh my god,
proposition.
I'm excited for November 5th this year. Why, are you coming to Canada? So
remember,
play checkers
the
on your
5th
back
of November.
Oh, that's right. It is that, isn't it?
The gunpowder treason and plot.
I thought maybe we were gonna get. Never mind.
Anyway, I see no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgotten.
It's me birthday, Ryan. I almost said his last name.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what other videos have we got?
Ooh, November 5th is a Sunday this year. Right on. Yet there are properly trained service animals. So yes, we got to parse. We got to get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Now, if it's some... Okay, so I'm going to narrow typecast this. Okay. Again, I'm allowed to say this because I am festively plump. If it is some mastodon that is sitting in a wheelchair that is wearing a mask because they're worried about their health, and they weigh as much as me, Alex, and the Reverend put together, and they're drinking a big gulp while mainlining McDonald's cheeseburgers, and they have a little chihuahua named Fifi going, "This is my service dog." Like, do you need them to, once you go to the bathroom, to clean you? Like, what is this dog doing? Like, this isn't like one of those dogs that can administer, like, you know, it's not like this little dog can give you the Heimlich whenever when you're choking on your burgers while you're going, wah, 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 right? Like, so that's the bullshit. And I agree with Tex. I'm like, if I could bring my dog everywhere, I would, but I'm not a butthole in that way, so my dog will stay at home. Right? So
yeah, emotional support animals.
Yeah, I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that at all. Not at all.
I haven't read up on the science on that one.
So I'm just, it's annoying. It's because to me, if an emotion, like a service dog is like a golden retriever or shepherd, or a bigger dog, like that to me, if you have a little hunt me dog, that is not a service dog. Do they go, like, like when you've eaten too much, you mastodon? Does this dog like burrow itself in your mouth and eat the burger so you feel better and then come back out like the alien monster? Work me into a shoot. Anyways. Yeah, okay, I love what Joe said. Okay, 3 times. Ew. I bet you. I love what Joe said. I love it. Now, I love it because this is when you get those Karen videos and those videos of people freak because, oh, don't do this because that triggers me. So it's our issue to figure out, in a world of how many billion people, 7 billion people, we're supposed to know everybody's individual triggers that's going to make them mad and upset. Like, again, you're not a delicate, like, I'm not going to get it right. You're not a delicate snowflower. You're not, you're just like the whole Fight Club thing. You're just a part of this cog. You're not important. You're just a worker ant. You're just you're a speck of salt in the vast universe of space. And the world does not owe you anything. The world doesn't owe you to be careful and blah, 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 blah. No, that's not the way it works.
Yeah, the world is not a safe space, nor are you going to find a safe space. Even if you are at home and there's no one around you, you are not safe. How do you know that your body is not producing some type of cancer that won't be detected in a year or two? That's going to be stage 4 and you're going to die anyway. Your own body can turn against you. So this idea of, I got to be safe. It's not going to happen. We don't live in that world. And we probably never will. And believe me, I've been to a place or two in my day. I've met a lot of good people, but that doesn't make the world a safe place.
No. Yeah, like, wow. Go back. Jim Jeffries again says, you can't joke about Bill Cosby. Or rape. I just can. And I just did it, and I feel I knocked it out of the park. Like,
George Carlin had a good joke about rape. Picture Porky Pig raping Elmer Fudd, and the audience laughed. I mean, come on. You do it right.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, again, for another one, when Rogan talks about the guy who made the Sasquatch video, imagine there's a real Sasquatch, and all of a sudden, like, you're getting raped by the real Sasquatch while you're being dressed like a Sasquatch. That's the only time you can actually ask a person, what were you wearing? You know, yeah.
No lives matter. Exactly. Bring on the
Yeah.
nukes. We need to start over.
But not just, but he's text really like, okay, yeah, like at the end of the day, yeah, you're just, we're just a parasite on this poor planet that it'll be happy when it's rid of us. We're destroying it. You know, it'll be happy when we're dead. We've all seen those videos or shows like what New York would look like, 6 months after humans if we all disappeared. They can't wait to get us out of here. Like they seriously can't.
Oh, Frank. Now we have to define what is a good person.
Yeah.
And of course, Frank will say, well, I'm a good person. Okay, Frank, you might not be a good person to good old Freak Nasty. And then we got to go back and forth on what is a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like, come on. What is a good person? What is a woman? We're not having that conversation. Anyway.
Yeah.
What did he give you?
Okay, we're going long, but I love it. So because this.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah. Good night. I think I've told this story before. Stop me if I have, but we got a couple of texts as a new listener. We were sitting at work one day, and I just started at this job. I was a few months in, and the boss was talking about Judge Judy, how his wife loves Judge Judy, and when he's off on Fridays, he has to watch it, blah, blah, blah. And I happened to pipe in, and I was like, yeah, I said, I'm all right with Judge Judy, but I love me some Maury. I love Maury, because I love the you are not the father stuff, right? And I was like, this one woman was up to 15 dudes, and it blows. It's like, I can't, like 15 guys, 2 kids, has no idea who the dad is. So this woman at work there looks at me, Dad, I barely know this person, and says, yeah, well, that show's for idiots like you. Where I fired back with, I'm the idiot. This woman's taken over 15 batches in her snatch, and I'm the idiot? And she kicked me just below the knee, like pretty hard, right? Now, here's the bipolar part of this person. A week later, I didn't get in trouble or nothing. The boss did say he needed to talk to me, but he never did. So a week later, we're on a job site, and we're just standing around waiting for a water truck to fill up. And I was singing at a medium pace by Adam Sandler. All I did was sing the first part up to "Let me begin loving you." I stopped singing it. This woman looks at me and goes, "No, sing it, sing it." I'm like, I can't. I'm not going to sing it. Well, no, you need to sing it. I was like, it's a very, very, very crude song. I'm not going to sing it. She then says to me, well, no, it's fine. It'll be Kate. And I remember looking at my buddy who worked there. I said, you heard her, right? And he goes, yep. So I sang word for word to this woman, Adam Sandler at a medium pace. Mm-hmm. Laughed her ass off. Thought it was hilarious. Yeah. But a week ago, I said batch and snatches, and she assaulted me. Meanwhile, I was like, take that shampoo bottle and stick it up my ass. Like I was right into it. She loved it. Then, what? Men can't understand women. Well, there's a perfect example of how you get confused in a hurry. Anyway. All right. Do you have another video you want to play us?
Yeah. Next week, and I made a note for myself, we will all get together and we will define what is a good person. We're at the almost end of the show right now. We're not going to do it now, but I want to keep this in mind. That's a good point. So next week, we'll have a big old discussion on what is a good person. And once we define that, the UN will declare it law.
Yeah.
And then we can all start killing off people who are not good. Okay? YouTube. Okay.
YouTube, we're joking.
Yes, YouTube, we are joking. That was a joke. I was not being serious. Yeah. Please read the gosh darn disclaimer. Please.
So, yeah. So tell your friends, because we're going to need people to debate this. Text. My favorite part of that though is after the last one I saw where the guy, you are not the father. She does what I call the whale slide, and she goes, "Oh Lord, baby Jesus!" And she runs into the back, flailing her arms like her hair's on fire, and then like slides on the ground. And she's like, "Brrr, brrr." I love it. Yeah, I agree. Someone who knows left and right turn indicators. That's a great start. That should be like number at least top 5 to use proper signaling when moving lanes.
Oh, that helps me so much because I've wanted to bring this up for so long, and now I can slide it right in. Giggity! Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Brody, for bringing that up so I could finally, this has been sitting here for 6 months at least. Their actions matter. No one's actions matter, according to text. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, again, we need to stop this conversation because we're going to go. So
we're going to save that for next week, please.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get into the last segment. Sorry. What is going on? We're sorry that we're harshing your buzz.
Yeah, sorry that we're...
We're almost done. It's okay. We can pick this up again next week. Yes. I love you so much, Alma. Don't tell Bolo I said that. I just told the world I said that. Sorry, I'm gonna edit
Bolo's
that out.
Like, hey man, that's fucked up. I'm the fucking goddamn white boy.
Hey.
Hi man, how do I get to Vancouver anyways?
What are you doing? Hey.
Hey, I say that's fucked up, man. That's my girl, Holmes.
Okay, speaking of which. Stupid people. It's a shame that J-Man hasn't posted anything to his channel for a good few months, because this is why you should not cut off a semi-truck. Boom. Did y'all see that clearly?
See, because I've trucked for years, and I just... Oh, that's the invite. He went to bed early. All right. Pizza. I didn't order pizza.
Here's the pizza, and here's the pepperoni.
The sausage. The sausage!
No, it's a pepperoni.
That was just like Back to the Future. Make like a tree and get out of here. It's leave!
You idiot.
Oh God! Like it's.
There's one more I want to show you.
Okay.
Not at the stop line. Whoa! And we're going through it again. So the person who's got the dash cam, they've got to be a good 5 or 6 feet away from the stop line.
Yep.
Yeah. And good thing they were, because here comes old Dumpy McDumperson. Whoa! I didn't know. How and why?
Because people, I actually remember cussing a guy out once because he cut. Well, I didn't really cuss him out, but like he cut the corner sharp. I happened to stop, and I'm like, and both our windows happened to be open. I was like, yeah, that was really close, wasn't it? And he actually stopped. Went, oh Christ, here we go. And he backed there. He's like, I'm so sorry. You're right. I cut that off. I'm so sorry. Like that's how like bad he cut it off. Yeah. Oh, I just watched the new Transformers yesterday, and I quite enjoyed it.
Rise of the Beasts.
Yes, I quite enjoyed it.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, is this the one? See if this is the video I played for you because I get a kick out of it. Sorry. I love this video. I would play it all the time. It's amazing shit.
3. I go to UCSB and I also bartend.
I found the better one. That's what I was like, because I told you that was the better one. I had coffee in my mouth and almost spit it across the room the first time I heard that.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. You want to see it again?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I can't believe we haven't
I'm
seen
sorry.
that before. Don't apologize. It's amazing. Oh, crap. Cancel.
Hi, I'm Kiko. I'm 23. I go to UCSB and I also bartend.
No, stop. Stop. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna end on that one.
This young lady. Okay, have a good night. We love you all. Be nice to each other.
After you play that video, you tell people to be nice to each other.
Just here, Garlack will find you. My head is red. My head is red. I've seen it so many times, but it's just the way you're selling it. Yes, that is a good person. Write that down. Oh, love you, freak. Thank you for coming by.
So maybe that's how we should open the show next week.
Oh, my fat hurts. I was laughing so hard. Wait,
much.
I gotta hear. Hold on.
Thank you for showing up, freak. Love you. You take care.
Oh my God! Okay, hold on. There's a better one. Oh, there's a better one. Hold on. I like where this is going. I like where this is going already. Okay, I have not seen this one yet, guys. Hold on. This one's gonna be funny, so just be ready. Now, Alma, think of Med. Okay, ready?
Yeah, my name's Gorlock the Destroyer. I'm like a full-on sick cunt and, shit like that, hey. So you only date black guys? Oh, yeah, nah. So you're called Gorlock the Destroyer. What exactly is it that you destroy? Or just recently, you're Dunny. I'd give it a good 45 minutes if I were you ladies, eh?
Okay, so maybe the other one was better.
That was all right.
Oh, good Lord. All right.
Do you have any music to recommend?
Actually, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" But so I caught a little bit of the short video. So I think he's the singer for Five Finger Death Punch. Hold on. His name's Zach Bryan, and this song called "I Remember Everything." It's a slow song. I love it. I absolutely love it. So Zach Bryan, I Remember Everything. Like amazing. Again, there's only one part where he kind of fumbles the lyrics a bit, but like I thought he just kind of mushed it in to get the "I Remember Everything" in. But I think it's a great song.
Nice.
Movie?
out of all the movies I watched in the past 7 days, this one impressed me the most. From 1968, The Boston Strangler. Particularly the last 25 minutes, because it's basically the interview between Tony Curtis and Henry Fonda's characters. And the acting that Tony Curtis does, absolutely amazing. Amazing. A+, A class, amazing. I didn't know Tony Curtis could do something like this, but there he is doing it. So please, if you have an hour and 56 minutes, please watch The Boston Strangler from 1968.
Brody, let me know what you think of that song. I'm curious what you think. I quite enjoyed it. So.
Okay. Yep. We're getting out of here. So thank you so much, everyone who watched, including Big Red, Brody, Ryan, Jolene, Tex, Alma, Frank, Dad, Freak Nasty, my Aunt Kathy. Anyone I missed, I apologize. People we haven't seen in a while, and we hope you're doing well. Really's been active on Twitter. So Frank has said in the recent past, Hanama, Overseer, Casey. Do we really want to wish? Yes, we do. Yes.
Yeah.
Penny,
I hope you
Jen,
do, because I got a Game Boy game up my butt right now.
Penny, Jen, Ashley, Corey, both Trevors, both Jolene's, and shouts out to Gareth, Susan, and Ravi. Thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate it greatly. Even though we are not a show filled with hate, we still had a good, decent amount of people watching constantly the whole way through. Thank you.
Next week, yeah.
Where do
Kayfabe, he'll send it to me and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll get it to you, Joe, okay?
I watch movies.
Yes.
I like Totos. Anyway.
I like Toyos.
Easy stuff.
And on that note, have a great week, guys. Love one another. Tex hates everybody. So
yeah, bring on the nukes.
Check out Frank's show on Thursday. And yeah.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yeah,
peace, love, and garbage.
I caught up on all the reviews that The Harsh Truth has been doing. Good stuff. I had more to say on that, but drink because I forgot, even though I don't drink anymore. So Jolene, thank you too. Thank you, everyone. We're going to have our big old debate or conversation, let's say, next week on who is a good person. Thank you, Frank. And so we shall see you then. But until then, yes, love everyone. Think before you say something. Think before you do something. And yeah, peace and chicken grease. Yes. Okay, we're going out on that one. Thank you all very much.
Ha ha ha!